Welcome to Demo 7 on how to create automatic train traffic on any EEP layout using Lua. Version 2.2 of the software has just been released, and one of the main features of this new version is that trains can reverse without using any sensors, and this makes creating a layout an easier job. In this video we'll go over the entire process of having a layout that is just a layout up to having a fully automated layout. We'll have a look at everything we need to do, what to download, what to install where, how to do it. So let's have a go. Obviously, the very first step is to get yourself a copy of EEP if you do not have it yet. You can go to the eepshopping.de website, and over there they have a range of versions available. The latest is the most expensive, but previous versions have nice price tags, and personally I'm even still running on version 14, which can be had for the incredible price of €2.22. It's also available on Steam, and there are a couple of versions, but not the latest versions. Version 15 seems to be the highest at the moment. And also here version 14 is for an incredible low price and can get you going already. Right, next thing to do is to create a layout. And for this demo we are going to have a look at this model railway layout with Station North that has two dead-end tracks and a Station South that has three tracks by which the middle track is two-way traffic. Once the track has been laid, we have to prepare the layout for automatic traffic. And that is done by defining blocks, because the trains are going to be controlled by Lua, driving from block to block. And the block is defined by two things: a signal, like over here, a signal that is the end of the block, that is the location where a train is going to stop. Lua is going to control this signal. The block is defined by a sensor, which is in this case a sound sensor, which defines the beginning of the block. And you can choose between the head of the train or the end of the train. It depends what you want to choose, that is up to you. Most cases end of train will be the safest, because then the tail of the train has already left the turnout, so another train in another direction is then always safe to go. But you might play with head of train also a bit to get quicker traffic. So you have to define these blocks yourself. It's a creative process. It's up to you where you define your blocks, and then the trains can drive from block to block. Once we have our blocks created, we should be able to automate the layout using Lua code. And that code can be downloaded. The link goes in the description of this video, or alternatively you can also go to the EEP forum and then find this thread. And there's a lot of discussion going on that might be interesting. And there's also in the very first page of this thread, there is this download link over here. If you click that, you get a zip file in your download folder on your PC. Here is that download file, the zip. Let me right click it and then extract all. Have a look where it is going to end up. I don't need this folder because it has a folder out of itself. And then extract, and we should have the block control version 2. Actually this is version 2.2. Now what you need to do is go into this block control folder and then click on the Lua folder, and there are some files in there. Select all of them and then copy them to your EEP installation folder, wherever that is on your PC. Find the Lua folder in that EEP installation and then copy these files into that Lua folder. Replace them if you had earlier versions there. The same has to be done for the GBS files. So let's find those, the GBS files. Select all of them and copy them to your GBS folder. Yeah, that's over there. So let's do that. Overwrite any files that are already there. That covered the Lua code so far. This was the standard code. Now we have to work on the specific code for our layout. And there is this code generation tool, which we of course are going to use. Before we generate the Lua code for this specific freshly made layout, in which the Lua code editor is empty, it has the default counter in it, we have to create the code that specifies this particular layout. We do that with the code generator, but before we do it, it's a good idea to place the trains that we want to drive with, because then also the train table will be created in that Lua code. So what I did is place 3 trains. I have one train that I want to drive counterclockwise, so it's heading that way. Another train, a passenger train, I want to drive clockwise, and then there's a cargo train that will go on the dead ends and that will shuttle around on those dead ends. Those are the 3 trains that are placed, and after placing them, drive them to a red signal. They will stop there and then all will be fine. Once all of this is done, we save the layout. Best is a save as, because then we have complete control on where it is going to be on our disk. I already have it, so I'm not going to repeat it, but you put it somewhere on your disk where you can find it back. And now let's go to this code generator. The link to the code generator is in the description of the video, and of course it can also be found in the user manual that you just downloaded with the zip file. So let's open that layout tool first in a tab in your browser. Choose the file, and there I am going to have a look inside my EEP Anlagen, Resourcen Anlagen. There I have my layout number 4 reverse video file. So I click it and it shows me this layout. Well, we recognize it, don't we? Now open a new tab, and this is crucial, new tab, then open the code generator link that also goes in the description and also can be found in the user manual, and click on generate. That creates the code that we need, and we don't even have to copy it to the clipboard because it is automatically copied into the clipboard. So don't do anything, just go to your Lua file. Where is that? That should be over here. And now paste that code into this Lua window. Paste. Oh, did I do that right? Yeah, I did that right. And reload the script. Nothing happens because we first have to place some code in the sensors. Every block had a entry sensor, but we have to tell Lua what function it needs to run, and we can do that now because we have loaded or reloaded the code. Click the block, in this case it is number 8, and then right click the sensor, select the sensor, then right click the sensor, and over here in this Lua function There we have to write block control dot enter block, exactly like it is written here, and then followed by underscore and then the number of that signal. That's what we need to do, and press OK. And we need to do that for each and every sensor. In this case, there are not too many on a larger layout. This is a little bit of work, but it is not difficult. We still can't drive yet because we have to decide where we want each train to go. What the code generator does, it simply creates this allowed blocks. All blocks over there are allowed, and then every train gets this table all in its train definition. So like it is now, every train is allowed to go everywhere. But that's not what we want, or at least not what I want for this layout. I wanted to have a clockwise train and a counterclockwise train, so different allowed blocks. We need to do some editing, and yeah, I never prefer to edit inside this Lua script editor. I prefer to edit in Notepad++, so let's do that. Let's copy all of this code again and put it in Notepad++. But we can have a look at our dead ends, because that was one of the main features of version 2.2 software. As we can see, the dead end over here, it simply has one signal, like every block, and one entry sensor, also like every block, but there's no train reversal sensor. Lua will take care of this. This is a nice invention of Frank Buchholz. He wrote the code to make this possible. And look what happened here in the routes table. That's the table that was automatically generated by that code generator. It has a couple of lines over here where it says reverse is true. Those are the dead end routes, the routes that include a dead end, and that is automatically generated. Isn't that nice? No sensors needed for train speed reversal. Right, let's go to Notepad. Here we are. I copied the code in Notepad++, and let's first have a look at the trains table. That was automatically generated because we first had placed our 3 trains, and yeah, that code generator recognized them from the EEP file. However, they are all on the allowed blocks all, and that table all that is defined here, and it contains all blocks. That's not what we want. We wanted to have the steam engine on a counterclockwise path. So let me create a counterclockwise table here. And the orange engine was on a clockwise schedule, and the cargo train, yeah, let's put it on a cargo or on a shuttle. It is a shuttle going back and forth between those dead ends. What we need to do now is create these 3 tables, the shuttle, counterclockwise and clockwise. So let's do that. Counterclockwise, well, let me just copy these quickly, and then we just take out the blocks that we don't want anymore. Counterclockwise and shuttle. Let's have a look what we have to do. For that we have to go back to our layout. We can actually easily do that in this tool. The steam engine, it is going to drive on block 8, signal 8 over here, and on block 13. So let me create that table for the steam engine, or the counterclockwise engine. I said 8 and 13, so let me just take out all the blocks that we don't need anymore. This train is now only allowed on 8 and 13. 13 is the North Station, it can drive through. 8 I wanted to have a stop time of say 30 seconds. Let's have a look at our clockwise train. It is driving from 19 to 10. Yeah, it's upside down, written over here upside down, but it is 10. Let's put that into our code. The clockwise train is on 19 and 10. Okay, 10 is there. Yeah, we have to leave in 10. Take these ones out. And then take these ones out. That is okay. And where do I want to have a stop time? At 19. 30 seconds. 19. Yeah, that was here at the station South. That's okay. Finally, the cargo train. It runs on these dead ends, 27 and 26. And then here on the middle track, 18 and 9. Well, let's try to remember that. 18 and 9, those are the important ones. 18 and 9. Okay, 9 stays in, 10 goes out, 13 goes out, 18 stays in, 19 goes out. Those are the blocks of the cargo train. We did a good job. Another thing that we need to do is to tell these signals that are the signal numbers of the signals that we use as individual on-off switches for the trains. We have here a whole lot of things that we can switch on and off, and I had put those signals on an invisible track. So if I click the invisible tracks, yeah, there are my signals over here. S3, number 3 is the main switch, and then we have 4, 14 and 30. Well, it doesn't matter which sequence we take as long as we remember the numbers 4, 14 and 30. So let's do this on 4 and this one on 14 and this one on 30. And look, over here is the main signal that was automatically detected already. Well, we did a good job. One more thing to do for owners of EEP 14 and lower, or actually 14.2 is okay, but 14.1 and lower, we need a memory location, and we have to put that in the train table. Newer versions don't need it anymore because the memory is stored in another way. But over here we are going to give every train a slot. Slot is 1, and let me copy that. Oh wait, I need a comma over there. Yeah, slot is 1. This is only needed if you have EEP 14 or less. Slot is 2 and slot is 3. These are the memory locations that it is going to save its state on file. This is it. Let's put it to the test. Let me select all the code, do Ctrl+C to copy it, and then go back to EEP. Here we are. I'm going to open the Lua script window. I'm going to take out this code and replace it by the new code that we just created with the correct paths for the several trains. Where are these paths? Oh yeah, here, the allowed paths, the shuttle train, and over here the shuttle train. Yeah, that is copied. Okay, everything is looking good. Let's reload the script. Let's go to 3D mode and let's put it, oh, that's not happening. Let's put it to the test. Right, here we are. Let's reload this script again so that we can read exactly what's happening in the event window. We see that we have version 2.2.0 of the software. We have slot numbers, but it failed to read something there. Yeah, that is normal. The first time there's nothing in those slots, so it is going to read that slot, but there was nothing in. The next time after you have saved one of your first sessions, that will all be okay. Find mode is active. It is trying to find the trains, and it says it has found 3 trains. Well, that is perfectly okay. So let's go to this start on-off switch over here. Let me switch it on. Shift click, there we go. it says over here that yeah, several things are happening. One train is already driving and the other two trains still have a waiting time. Yes, that is correct. I gave those trains a waiting time. So we have to be patient. Well, as it looks now, only the steam train is the one that can go, but it was going only after 30 seconds. So maybe the cargo train is even quicker, because I remember I did not give that cargo train any waiting times. Maybe we should do that. At least it is a bit more natural that it has a waiting time here at both these dead ends. But I forgot to put that in. But that's all fine-tuning. That's all for later. Let's first see what happens. Yeah, the steam engine is running through. That's okay. The cargo engine is leaving, and that leaves the orange engine stuck. It has to wait until the cargo engine has passed. But isn't this fun? What we did is, we actually did not write very much code. We generated the code automatically with this very nice tool created by Frank Buchholz. And right now, the train is reversing a bit too quick. Yeah, that is because I did not give it a waiting time. But this tool, this code generator tool, it does all the work, and all we have to focus on is the creative part. Where do we want our trains to drive? Well, let me now first give that train a little bit of waiting time, because this is not looking like anything good. 26 is going to be 30 seconds, and 27 is, I have to click, 27 is also going to be 30 seconds. Let's reload it and see if that works a little bit better. After reload the switch was off. Yeah, that's one of the settings that you can choose yourself. You can have that switch automatically on after a reload or off, and apparently I had put it on off. Well, I'm curious for this cargo train that I just changed the setting for the dead end to 30 seconds. Let's have a look if it really is going to do that. Yeah, it says here blue train has arrived, going to wait for 30 seconds. That means that it looks a lot better. It is really going to unload its stuff there at that industry area, so to speak. Well, I think we can tap ourselves on the shoulder. This was a successful project, all done with the automatic code generation. And that's the fun of that whole code generation, that you can have a large layout and you don't have to do much work. Well, and there are a couple of more features in the new version 2.2. They are listed in the block control Lua code, so you can figure it out yourself. But the main feature was the dead ends do not need any sensor anymore. The Lua code takes care of it, fully automatic when you download it and run that code generator. Well, maybe see you back in a next video with probably another feature of the software that we have not yet touched upon. In the meantime, have fun.